Hello, everybody. Welcome to the NFT live stream where I'm just going to answer questions and shoot the shit and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So, as usual for these live streams, I will give this a few minutes to have people pile in. I have various screens I'm looking at all over the place, including for these NFTs, make sure everything's going right. We had some technical problems, which I kind of expected, but everything's looking fine now at a2heroes.com. That's where you can get your NFTs. I'm actually going to discuss NFTs in general, too. Why I believe in these and why there's a YouTube video coming up about this where I actually sold a bunch of my gold and silver and bought crypto, which I've never done in my life. But I'll discuss that in a little bit. So with you guys to file in. If one of you in the chat could let me know that you can hear me, that'd be great. Let's see. I probably shouldn't, on these live streams, I probably shouldn't have long chunks of like no talking. I should probably entertain you or sing you a song, right? Double checking here. I just have to look at a lot of different screens. Ether value. Okay, cool. Cool. Good. How are we doing here? Loud and clear. Cool. Thank you. Oh, Raza, how you doing, dude? Okay. Good. My face looks bright based on whatever's on my screen. I wonder if I should turn off that light. The lighting looks very different on a webcam, which you have to do these live streams with, than it does with my actual digital camera. So, yeah. Cool. Hello, I feel half naked. Oh, I can bring up comments. I forgot. See, I read your mind. I was able to read your mind and know that you're reading my book. Yeah, cool. Enjoy life, Guadalajara. Cool. Pink Firefly and I have to go back to Guadalajara before October of this year to finalize our residencies there. And that's one of the places that she's actually going to be a resident as well. Cool. Nice kitty. I was on a walk with Pink Firefly here in Dubai. Now that her dog is in Dubai. What a fucking nightmare that was. And there was a little cat. And I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. I like dogs. Dogs are great. Love dogs. I'd love to own a dog, but my lifestyle doesn't really work for that. And but I'm more of a cat guy. And so I like this cat came up and was like, and I started petting the cat. And the dog just lost her fucking mind. Her dog gets very jealous if I touch her, play with any other animals. God damn, the dog starts barking like freaking the fuck out. It's great. Matter of fact, there's been times where Pink Firefly and I've been in the store and she'll have her little dog. The dogs are this big, okay? And she'll have her dog like a little dog carrier. So it's like a little screen window where the dog looks out. And there was a big stuffed bear. And I walked up to the stuffed bear. I went, dude, the big stuffed bear. Look at the bear. And I started petting the bear and making the bear talk like, hello, Alexis. I'm going to have sex with you. And the dog just lost her fucking mind. It's like, you're petting an animal. That's not me. It's great. Cool. Let's answer some questions. Looking to join inner circle membership in the next one. Cool. I'm in the process of building social media based links, but still want to meet like-minded folks. SMIC. Yes, SMIC. However, should I talk about this? On Saturday, we're announcing something that I mentioned earlier in prior live streams. I don't even want to talk about this because I want to focus on the NFTs right now. Something else, although it's not really a community, but it is, I guess, similar based on building a business where we hold your hand and walk you through the process of building your business. I don't want to talk about it. So that's coming. We're announcing that Saturday. Okay. But yes, SMIC, we just had to shut down, unfortunately, the A2 Alpha 2.0 Society. That was really inexpensive. That was like $7, $8, $9 a month. And I couldn't make that profitable. So a bunch of guys met and got together and set up little meetings and groups. And that's all permanent now. But we had to shut that down because I kept losing money on it. So anyway, so yes, that is the name of the game. It's really SMIC at this point. I love cats. Well, clearly, look at your fucking avatar, bro. Yeah. When should I buy your open marriage book? Right now. You should buy all my books right now. I'm just kidding. Should I only buy when I had an MLT and master the early part of a relationship model? Open marriage book is when you are ready to move in with her. Okay. So if you have an OLTR and you're talking about moving in together, that's when you buy the book. Okay. If she's just a brand new girlfriend, you have no idea what's going to happen. Don't worry with that. Living in Southeast Asia, not sure if the laws here are applicable to open marriage. Well, it's not about open or close. It's about divorce and palimony and assets and communal property and things like that. That's more of the issue. Let's see. Why don't I get started here? What time is it? I'll go one more minute. I'll wait one more minute. Also to get residency in Paraguay and Mexico. Yep. I'm resident of Paraguay. That's a done deal. Mexico, I will be by October. Coincidentally, my son Josh is going through his residency process in Mexico, and he ran into some stumbling blocks apparently. So he'll be a resident about another month. So he'll be a resident on Mexico before me. He beat me to the punch there, although he lives there, so it's easier for him. But right. All right. Let's check a few more quick things here. Let's go through this. Might be planning to address this, but for those who don't feel confident in knowledge of crypto, what is the best way to learn and develop an investment strategy? All right, yes, I'm gonna at least touch on that. I've done a lot of videos on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I made a lot of money in cryptocurrency, even though I don't consider myself a crypto expert because I'm not. I mean, this NFT thing was a learning curve for myself. So let's start there. Let's start, and then I'll open up for Q&A a little bit, okay? Or if there's a particular topic you guys want me to cover. Right now, at a2heroes.com, I should put a little banner on this thing. How do I do that in Steam? I don't fucking know. a2heroes.com, we have 16 NFTs that are being sold right now. As of right now, I just checked the auction is working. And you've got 24 hours. The way the auction works is these are not JPEGs. I'm not going to sell you a JPEG. Okay, I don't know why people would think that. Every NFT is attached to a specific service. One of them is a coaching call with me once a year. One has like an hour and a half coaching call. One is a half an hour coaching call. All the NFTs last 3 years. So you get the thing you get once a year for 3 years. One of them is you meet with me literally in person for a 2-hour meeting once every 3 years. One of them is you're on a yacht with me and Pink Firefly and 50 other guys here in Dubai. Take you around a 3-hour dinner. There's various other services and events. Some of them are Zoom events, some of them are real live events, and they're all attached to an NFT. Each NFT is attached to an event. You can go to A2 Heroes and it shows you exactly what the event is. This is, literally speaking, the cheapest way you can get my coaching. I've mentioned this before, and this is true. You can ask my staff about this. One of the most common regular emails my staff gets is, I want to coach with Caleb, but I don't want to join one of his programs or spend $10,000 to work with him for a month. I just need him for like an hour. That's why I made these NFTs. So if you just need me for an hour and you have that in your back pocket, you get 3 meetings over a period of 3 years, and you can use them whenever you want. Get one of these NFTs. That's how you do it. So all these NFTs are attached to real, actual utility, not just a goddamn JPEG. Now, let me add another barrel of laughs and benefits you get for these NFTs. And this is, and there's questions coming up about the NFTs. Maybe I'll answer those as I go along. So hang on a second. And if I don't address your question right now, I will rewind and address those at the end of this topic. So if you ask any direct questions about the A2 Heroes NFTs, I'll answer them right now. So can this be done on Android? Yes, I have MetaMask installed, but the A2 Heroes install MetaMask button is still popular and does need to be installed as a Chrome add-on. Oh, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. So I'm going to ask my NFT techs who are standing by right now. Hang on. I'm going to relay your question. I don't know about that. So you've installed MetaMask into your Android and you're using, what browser are you using? Let me know on that. What browser are you using? But hang on. I'm typing in the question to my guys. And hang on. What? And I'll get back to your questions. Don't you love live streams? Live stream. Motherfucking live stream. User is reporting his MetaMask is installed on his Android device, but it's still showing. Click back to your screen. Install MetaMask. Okay, I just relayed your question to my techs, and they will get back to me. Let me drag my tech thing over to my other screen here. Okay, Chrome. Okay, cool. Let me put that in there. Oh, they're responding now. Cool. My guys are on it tonight. Woo! While we're doing that, I'll multitask. So, in addition to this, God just gave you a gift and gave me a gift lately, and that crypto just crashed recently. So the price of Ethereum is very low. So guess what? When you purchase an NFT, most NFTs, not all, are backed by Ethereum. They're Ethereum assets, including these A2 Heroes NFTs. So when you buy one of these NFTs, you are also, in a way, not directly, but in a way, investing in Ethereum. So guess what? Ethereum is low right now. It's going to go up. And I know I can't guarantee this, but I have invested a lot of money in Ethereum and a lot of money in Bitcoin because these things are going to go way up, way, way, way up. It is because on mobile, it doesn't work that way, is what he said. So hang on, I'm going to ask him how it works on mobile. How does it work on mobile? So you're buying these NFTs today and over the next 24 hours at a low Ethereum price. And Ethereum is going to go up, especially if you hang on these NFTs over the next year, 2 years, what have you, because these NFT, their benefits last 3 years. And then it's an asset, it's a collectible, it lasts forever, right? So this only helps you that ETH is really low right now. It's awesome. When crypto crashed last week, or was it last week, week before? Lost track because I've been very busy lately. I was like, thank God. Now I can say when you get the ETH NFTs, you're buying them low, which means the odds are better that they're going to go up. Cool. So when you buy an NFT, you're not just getting the NFT, you're also indirectly, not exactly, I know nitpickers will nitpick me on this, so it's indirectly, not exactly, investing in Ethereum. Ethereum goes way up. The odds of the NFT going up are also true because you can resell these NFTs on OpenSea or Rarible or wherever you want. Ask the user to open the website in MetaMask browser or a laptop. Is what he says. He's still typing. Oh, so dude, so the guy you said, the guy Jason, you click, I can't share my screen. If you click MetaMask, you click browser in the MetaMask and then go to A2 Heroes and then it works. Cool, there's the answer. Well, thank you. I'm glad I know that. Let's see if there are questions coming in here while we're talking. So I'm multitasking. I'm going to be discussing my topic and then answering NFT questions as we go along. So hang on. You don't see a mint button on A2 Heroes. You have to connect your MetaMask wallet. You have to have MetaMask installed in your browser. Most browsers work. I'm using Firefox. Install the MetaMask wallet into your browser first. Then refresh the page. Then it'll say connect MetaMask, and then you'll say buy now once MetaMask is connected. Okay, you must use MetaMask. Cool. So anyway, NFTs. I'll talk about Bitcoin in a second and Ethereum in a second. So NFTs, the reason I believe in NFTs, the reason Gary V is right about this, and I don't agree about Gary V on everything he says, but the reason that NFTs are the future is because of the smart contract. So guys will say, can you explain? I've had several of you ask me, Kale, can you explain why the smart contract is a cool idea? Right now it's just JPEGs. I don't see it. I'm going to give you a hypothetical example that will not be hypothetical in a few years. In a few years, everything will be NFTs or the new equivalent version of that, right? So when I talk about TRT, I'm on TRT right now. I will be on TRT or its future equivalent for the rest of my life. There might be a new version of NFTs in a few years from now, and that's fine. But NFTs will be all over the place in the future. You'll be able to buy anything as an NFT. Matter of fact, if this auction does well, I will start having my courses and things like that as NFTs. But you will be able at some point to buy a house, a real house, not a virtual house next to Snoop Dogg on Sands. You'll be able to buy a real house and it'll be an NFT. Why is that exciting? Because right now when you buy a house, you have to pay thousands of dollars to a company called a title company. And so what this title company has to do is they have to spend tons of hours and thousands of dollars making sure that the owner owns the house and the owner he bought from him owns the house and the owner from him bought the house and that none of these owners ever had an unpaid lien. And it takes all this time and research. With NFTs on the blockchain, with Ethereum smart contracts, that is all done with the click of a button. It's just all done. You don't have to do any of that crap. It's just solid, done, rock solid. No one can steal it from you because it's on the blockchain. It's decentralized like Bitcoin, all that stuff. That's why this is so exciting. So when you get this NFT, whatever it is attached to in real life, it's attached to in a way where you can verify it quickly and easily, resell it quickly and easily, and you have royalties. So these NFTs, you can resell them. When you resell them, 10% goes back to me. But let's say now you have your own NFT and it's a business or a house or an investment or a book or something you write. It doesn't really matter. You give it to your children and now they sell it, or you can make them the beneficiary. So you put like a 10% royalty on that. From that point on, anytime someone resells that thing, your children get 10% for the rest of their lives. And you can't fake it. You can't hack it. You can't steal it. You can't cheat it. It's all on the blockchain. You see how exciting this is? This is when I see guys saying, oh my God, it's a JPEG. It's a stupid JPEG. Okay. First of all, my NFTs are not JPEGs. First of all, number one. Number two, that is the same as, I'll give you two examples. That is the same as in the 80s. I've mentioned this before, I think. When my mom said, people like my mom, not just my mom, a lot of people said this. You need a phone in your car. Oh, you have to have a phone in you're that important. You need a phone in your car. You can't wait to get home to make a phone call. Oh my, and all those people who said that within 5 to 10 years were on cell phones in their car. Okay. Or people in the late 90s. So like 97, 96, 97, 98. Okay. In that time frame, all these people who said, if you're my age, you remember this, all these people who said, you're going to put in your credit card over the internet. You're going to go to a web page and type in your credit card. I would never do that. It'll get stolen. Now, these are the same fucking people who would go to a restaurant, order some food, hand them their hand the waiter, who is a total fucking stranger, their credit card. The waiter would walk away and be gone for like 6 minutes. You know what the fuck he's doing in that thing? He could be going chunk chunk. He could be taking a picture with his phone. God knows, right? But that was fine with you. But if, when the waiter comes back, you trust that system. But oh no, I'm never gonna put my credit card into a website. I would never do that. All millions of people said that, and within 5 years, everyone was doing it. NFTs the same way. A lot of people now who think NFTs are a scam and NFTs are bullshit and NFTs are just a JPEG. 5 years from now, certainly 10 years from now, the people saying that will be buying NFTs and or selling NFTs. Watch, it's going to happen. That's why I'm doing this now. I like to get things on the ground floor. I like to have this technology ready to go. Now, something else is that one of the reasons we had some technical problems earlier is you can go mint your own NFTs for you could pay for $40 or $80. You can go mint your own NFTs. Hang on a second. I got to check the other screen. Sorry, I have to multitask. Make sure there's no problems here. Cool. Where was I? Sorry. You can, if you want to make your own NFT, you can. It's like $80. It's not a big deal. The problem is if you do that, you have to pay like the people who mint the NFT for you like 40%. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted my own NFT platform. So the website that you're seeing at A2 Heroes, you can bring it in a new tab. Look at it right now if you want. That website that you're seeing has an entire server, an entire backend that that my company has constructed from scratch. It is our own NFT platform. Cost me a lot of money. A lot of money. I mean, a lot of money for me. Thousands and thousands of dollars to do this. So I was just talking to the guy, the COO of my company, Jeff, and I was saying, we have to make, I won't tell you how much, but it's a lot of money. I said, we have to make in 24 hours more than that amount to be profitable. It's not like we make a bunch of money and we go, oh yeah, we made money, because this is money I spent 2 or 3 months ago. So this is actually, I wanted a platform to build upon. So if this all works out well, I can now just create NFTs, new NFTs, whenever the hell I feel like it. And we can have courses as NFTs, books as NFTs. And this is also an opportunity for you guys, if you are an information marketer or want to be, where you have your own books, your own courses, your own coaching programs, consulting services for companies. You can do all that stuff via NFTs. It's awesome. So that's why I did all this. What else do I want to say about NFTs? So NFTs, let's shift a little bit to crypto in particular. I just did a YouTube, just recorded. It's not up yet. I'll put it up in a week or two. I always record my YouTube videos about 2 weeks in advance. When crypto crashed last week, the week before, I forget now, I did something that I've never done. I'm not going to go into detail about that. Just watch the video that's coming. But what I did was I noticed that Bitcoin crashed, Ethereum crashed, a bunch of stuff crashed, right? Everything crashed. The stock market crashed. Everything crapped out, except for gold and silver. They stayed the same, which is the beauty of gold and silver. However, through the last several years, I have noticed that gold has done this. It just maintained its values, but it's hung around at about, you guys who invest in gold, you know this. It's hung around about, 1800, 1900, okay, for about 3, 4, 5 years now. Just kind of hung out there for quite a while. Hasn't gone up, hasn't gone down, even though the inflation still hasn't gone up. And I noticed that Bitcoin crashed, and Bitcoin is the future. Bitcoin is going to 100,000. Ethereum is going to 5, 6, 7, 8,000. It is. You got to be patient. It'll take a while, but I know it is. So for the first time in my entire life, and I didn't like doing it emotionally, but I did this. I sold a bunch of my gold, and even some of my silver. Not a lot of my silver, but some of my gold, some of my silver, and a bunch of my gold. It was painful to do because I like my gold. And I bought Bitcoin with it. And I'm going to make money on this because Bitcoin was low and gold was the same. So I'm like, all right, buying opportunity, I'm doing this. And I'm going to make money. You wait a year from now or 2 years from now, and I'll come back and say, remember back in 2022 in May when I said I bought a bunch of Bitcoin and sold my gold? Here's how much money I made by doing that. So that's how much I believe in this stuff. And I've also talked about this. This apartment I'm in right now in Dubai, I have 2 apartments in Dubai now. It's complicated. We're between houses. The entire year's rent, because in Dubai you pay a year in advance, either a year in advance or a quarter in advance, 6 months. I paid a year in advance from the apartment. Was all paid out of my Bitcoin profits, and those were not even. Oh, they were as much actually, and that was the first time. But my point is that was the first time I made money in Bitcoin. Back in 2017, I made a mountain of money in Bitcoin. I have several older YouTube videos about that where I go through exactly what I did and the exact numbers of what happened. So I'm big on this stuff. And so that's why I'm big on these NFTs. I believe in these NFTs. I believe in NFTs, that the underlying technology. I absolutely believe in the blockchain. I absolutely believe in the smart contracts under Ethereum. Hardcore believer in this stuff. Even if, like I said, Bitcoin gets replaced by something else. Let me address that really quick. I have said in the past that I figured that Bitcoin would eventually be replaced by something else. MySpace, it would be the MySpace. The first social media was MySpace, and it got slaughtered by Facebook, and Facebook was the face of social media. It has been, the social media standard in a way for the past 15 or whatever years. I figured Bitcoin would do that. I figured Bitcoin will be really big, and then something will replace it, some Bitcoin 2.0, and Bitcoin will vanish, and it'll be this new thing. I don't think that anymore. I think what's going to happen instead is that Bitcoin is going to remain as an asset, and it will cease becoming a currency. How many guys do you know who buy stuff with Bitcoin? Some do, but a lot don't. Most guys in the Western world don't. Now, people in emergency scenarios, I'm sure a lot of people in Ukraine are using Bitcoin to buy stuff. So in emergency scenarios, Africa, places like that, they're using it as currency. But most people who are Westerners who own Bitcoin are buying and holding, right, as an investment asset. And I think Michael Saylor is right. I think as an investment asset, it's just keep going up and 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 up. And instead of being replaced, it will be supplemented by other altcoins that will become de facto currency. So I've had guys buy my stuff. I've offered, 7, 8, 9, 10s of cryptocurrency when you buy my stuff. I've had guys buy stuff with Litecoin. I've had guys buy stuff with Ethereum. I've had guys buy stuff with Tron. I certainly have guys buy stuff with Tether USD, although probably not going to do that anymore. You look at if you know what happened to Tether USD last week, or a week before, whenever it was. So there you go. That's probably what's going to happen. So I'm doubling down on this Bitcoin stuff, cryptocurrency stuff, NFT stuff, and I think you should too. Although you need to make your own investment decisions. And as always, if you have debt, do not invest in anything, please. Pay off all your goddamn debt, then invest. So really quick, the model I teach is step 1, small emergency savings account, very small. Step 2, pay off all your debts. Step 3, 6 to 12 months of liquid funds as an expanded emergency fund. And then investing is step 4. So if you don't have at least 6 months of expenses liquid somewhere in your life, and or if you have any debt, if you don't have those two things, if you have debt and or don't have the savings account, the 6 month savings, 6 months at least, you shouldn't be investing in a fucking thing. You can't afford it. Okay. Pay off your debt first. How about any questions here about the NFTs? I guess we're good for the moment. Cool. Okay. All right. What else do I want to say about that? As you can tell, I have no outline tonight. I speak extemporaneously. That reminds me of a really funny story told by Larry King, but it's a little off topic and I won't talk about it. But if you really want to hear it, I could, but it's pretty funny. Anyway, let me check one more thing and I'll get to your questions. Let me check all my myriad of phones and computers. Actually, I'll show you. I have one computer. Hang on. Appreciate it. We are in the middle of closing a deal on a house here in Dubai. So not only am I multitasking this shit, I'm multitasking this with the agent. Fucking hell. Appreciate it. You can't move your passport visa. Okay. Hang on a second. One real quick. The world of multitasking. They literally just accepted our offer like 10 minutes for this live stream. So Pink Firefly, who's handling all this, like, oh my God, they need your passport and your Emirates ID, and they need it right now. And I'm like, I got a live stream, sweethearts. I'll be busy for about an hour and a half. We'll be good. And so, all right, take deep breaths. It's okay. All right. Let's see. Downloaded MetaMask for Brave browser, signed in, cleared the cache, refresh the web page, close root browser, no connect button. I don't know if this will work with Brave. So let me ask if it'll work with Brave. I'm using Firefox, but let me check. Hang on a moment. I know a lot of you hate Firefox, and I kind of do too now, but hang on. Let me ask my guys. Will this work with the Brave browser on a computer? On a laptop. I assume you're on a laptop, right? All right, just ask them. I'll see what they say. What else we got here? If we currently have limited funds, we prioritize starting our location-independent business before buying NFTs and crypto. Yes, before investing. Yes. Now my NFTs are investing and coaching and services. They're not just investing; they're investing and services. But yes, the answer is yes. Yes, start your Alpha 2.0 business. Yes. Now the good news is, you don't need it. You can start your Alpha 2.0 business for very cheap. I started this business right here. That's a 6-figure income stream for me for $29. Okay. Let's see. So we open it for normal questions and or topic requests. And let me scroll back up to the top here and I will answer some of your questions. And if you have a question on the A2 Heroes NFT auction, those will get priority over the questions I answer. So I'll bring those up first. So far, it looks like I've answered all those. Let's see. Hang on. What do you think about trading Forex and crypto as location-dependent income? I think it qualifies. I think Forex is extremely dangerous, and I just don't recommend Forex. Crypto, yes, you can trade crypto as location-dependent income. Yes, you better know what you're doing though. Hope to see you interview Caitlin V. Who's that? I think she agrees your relationship model. However, most guys only agree one-way open relationships. That's selfish, in my opinion. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. It's not about being selfish. It's about what works. The relationship model where a man says to a woman, I'm going to bang all the chicks I want on the side, but you can't fuck any guys except me, does not work in the Western world. There are parts of Africa that may work. There are parts here in the Middle East, not here in Dubai, but there are parts in the Middle East that may work. In the Western world, United States, Canada, Australia, Europe, that will not work long term. And I have never, and I mean this, I have never seen that type of relationship work longer than 9 months. Ever. And you know what happens? The girl eventually goes, well, this isn't fair. And she goes and fucks the guy's friend or brother or something to make it fair. Whereas if you say, yes, you can if you want, the odds are high she doesn't want to. Matter of fact, I just had a woman explain earlier this year. I was talking to her about this, and she literally just said it. She said it so succinctly. It was great. She goes, we don't want to do it. We just want the option, but we don't want to do it. And that's exactly right for a lot of women, not all women, but for a lot of women, that's exactly right. So it's not about whether or not it's fair, because you tell guys, well, that's not fair, guys. You be fair to girls. Guys just tune out. Instead, you say, which is true, it won't work, bro. It's not going to work longer than a few months. Show me any relationship in the Western world where that model has worked perfectly for longer than 9 months. Show me one. You can't. So that's the problem. What do you think about one-way open relationship like Alex from Playing with Fire? Is it a must to eliminate the ancient jealous or attachment mentality like with your in an Unchained Man? It is a must if you want long-term consistent happiness and you want a relationship that works longer than 9 months. Yep. How about Mexico City? I know Guadalajara is great. I also lived in Mexico City before. It has better connectivity to other parts of the world, but I know it might be less safe. Mexico City is fine. There are safe areas of Mexico City. Mexico City is massive, so there are plenty of safe areas of Mexico City. There are a lot of guys who love Mexico City. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't dislike it, but Guadalajara is way better in my opinion than Mexico City. But yeah, travel is better in Mexico City. All true. There are just certain areas of Mexico City that you don't want to hang out in. That's all. Now that we know the West is going to collapse via hyperinflation, no, the West was going to collapse a long time ago, and there were many different scenarios. Hyperinflation is only one of them. We don't know if that's literally why the West will collapse. How bad do you think it's going to get? It's going to get extremely bad for the typical Westerner. I just watched a YouTube video. I won't say who it's from because it's someone I know personally with a big YouTube channel. No, it's not Henry. Talking about how it's going to be harder and harder and harder to get rich the longer you wait. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to get rich and make the real money. And if you're the typical person with a typical job, the average price in the United States for a home is $500,000. That covers the entire country, including the Midwest. That's insanity. People can't buy that. A normal worker can't buy that. So it's going to get worse and worse and worse. It's going to get very bad. Yes. Same pop-up occurs a second later. What pop-up? I don't know what you mean by pop-up. Are you inside the MetaMask browser? That's the main question. Any comments on trading commodities market? That's fine. That's location-dependent income. I know nothing about that, but that'll work. Sure. Tom Cruise aging bad lately. Where'd he go wrong? Is he? Is he? I don't know. Should I Google him real quick? Tom, he's always been like the model of awesome aging, right? The ultimate model for long-term aging is Sylvester Stallone. But let me take a look. Tom Cruise, 2022. Let's see what he looks like. I have a feeling you're exaggerating, but let's take a look here. Oh, you really can't tell. These are all promotional pictures. He looks fine to me, but these are not like, oh, here's one. He looks a little puffy. I think he looks fine. He looks a little puffy. He gets these procedures over his face is puffy for a while, and he looks fine. I don't think he looks too bad. I don't know. You get a 10 out of 10 for saying do not buy a house in a country that borders Russia. I've been making predictions now for 15 years, and I'm usually right. Sometimes I'm wrong. I'm usually right. I'm right about 90% of the time, 85% of the time on these things. Yeah. Do you know of any true crypto index ETFs, not EFTs? Not that I know of. No, I know what you mean by true. Not that I know of. No. But here's the deal. I wouldn't own a crypto ETF. That defeats the purpose of crypto. The purpose of crypto is non-custodial, right? To manage your own money and be your own bank. So I wouldn't do it. That defeats the entire purpose. I will never own a crypto ETF unless it's some weird decentralized, like you said, true one. But how would that work? I don't know, man. Wouldn't do it. Would you agree that women have no place in politics or the army? No, I do not agree. So let me be clear on that. So I have an entire article I've written a long time ago on my blogs. It's still there. All my articles are still there. Where I said 10 reasons why I'm not a misogynist. Okay. And one of the reasons I put in there was if a woman ran for president and followed all of my political views, that'll never happen because I'm a libertarian. But if that were to happen, I would vote for her. Okay. If a woman was a real libertarian, not a bullshit libertarian like Gary Johnson, a real libertarian who agreed with me across down the line on everything, I'd vote for her. I wouldn't care. That'd be fine. So women can be in politics. That's fine as long as you have a strictly enforced constitution, which the United States does not have. When you start wobbling on your constitution, which happened in Scandinavia, it happened in the United States, it's happened in many countries, then the problems begin because women tend to want more socialistic stuff. In the military, women are fine in the military. I don't think, but however, on the front lines, in terms of infantry, I think that's a bad idea. And at a bare minimum, what you should have is 100% male infantry units and 100% female infantry units. You don't want to mix them together, okay? If you really want women on the front lines, have two different, and then watch how well each one does. Other than that, I think women are fine in the military. That's cool. Have you considered opening a platform or all access Google Doc for Sovereign CEO and Alpha Male 2.0 podcast topic requests? No, just send me an email. The only blackdragon@gmail.com. Just send me an email. I read. Well, my staff reads all the emails. They forward those ideas to me. I make a list. So no, let's do that. Are you still getting the jab? So far, no, I am not. But I had to delay my trip to Paraguay. I'm probably going in July now. So got 2 more months for them to calm down. I don't know if they have calmed down. I don't know that. Colombia is allowing non-Jewish people in the country now. That is I didn't know that. And that is fantastic news. What South America tends to do with cerveza sickness restrictions is to copy each other. They just look at other South American countries and go, what do we do? Let's look at our neighbors. Oh, they're doing that. It's stupid, but we better do the same thing. That's what they do. And so great. If Colombia, thank God, has started letting people in, then slowly the other countries go, oh, Colombia is letting people, I guess we should do it there. So that's kind of what Paraguay is probably going to do. Unfortunately, Paraguay is usually the last one because they move a little slow. That's why I love Paraguay. But, when you live in Dubai, it's wonderful. But you like the slowness of Paraguay and the speed of Dubai. I've always wanted both pieces of this. I was just explaining this to my wife today. I said, I don't want to live in a city 24/7. I want an apartment or a villa in a city and have that city lifestyle because I love the city. And then I want a house on the water, on a lake and out in the country and do that half the year. Have both experiences. Why not have it all? Location dependent. All right, let me check our NFTs, see how we're doing here. My guys still have not answered my question about the Brave browser. Hurry up, guys. Let me check over here. If anyone purchases an NFT, that'd be helpful to know. We already have. I can see it in here. But if you're on the live stream and you've purchased something, some of them are pretty cheap. Oh, let me explain how the auction works. I didn't do this. God damn, I'm stupid. It is a reverse auction. So if you go to a2heroes.com, you'll see the prices. And there's limited quantities for each of these items. Like some of them only have 4. Okay, so only have 7. As soon as we sell out on all those, you can't buy them, obviously. So if you want one badly, you should get it soon. They start at an artificially high price, and every minute the price goes down by a fraction of a percent. Okay, all the way to its bottom price in 24 hours, and that's the auction ends. The auction ends 1 p.m. EST tomorrow. Okay, so we have one more live stream tomorrow when the auction ends, which is what time is that going to be? Let me see here. 11:15 a.m. EST, right after my counseling appointment with my wife and myself. I mandate we see a marital counselor as part of the OLTR model. So right after that. Cool. I got to donate blood tomorrow. God damn. So anyway, every second the price goes down, so you can wait to get your NFT when the price goes down, but we may sell out before you get that. So it's a gamble on when you want to purchase and bid. You don't bid, just purchase. When you want to purchase that NFT. If you buy it now, you're guaranteed to get it. If you want to wait to make sure it's a little cheaper later, you're not guaranteed to get it. So that's part of the auction. You have 24 hours to make a decision. Well, it depends on what you want. If you want the ones that have 4, we've already gotten emails from guys like, hey, I want the Black Dragon Silver. I want the Black Dragon Gold. The ones that have like 4, 7, just a few. And the ones that have more, the ones that have like quantity 50, quantities are cheaper, right? So you can wait on those a little bit because you have a lot higher quantity on those. Unless those sell out, I've never done this before, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to sell out. If anything's going to sell out, I might sell 4 or 5 NFTs and that's it, lose a bunch of money. I have no idea. This is a test. It's a test of the marketplace to see how crypto savvy you guys are. So we'll see. All right, let's go back to the questions. Use Brave with MetaMask. Oh, you did? Cool. Okay. Should be no problem. Yeah, Brave should work. And frankly, let me make a comment on that really quick because I've got questions about that. If you want max privacy, Brave is probably the browser you want. I use Firefox just because I've been using it forever. And Firefox used to be, not anymore, used to be the privacy browser. A few years ago, they just did a whole reversal on that and they went woke and now they're not. And I just have not moved off Firefox for some reason. I probably should use Brave. I do have Brave on my laptop. Icon's right there, but I don't really use it. I use it for testing things. Anyway. Let's see. Would you ever consider Andrew Tate's War Room? Sure. Joe Polish Genius Network. Genius Network, I am part of, or I was a part of, I'm not part of right now, Strategic Coach, which is an alternative to Joe Polish. But no, Joe Polish is fucking great. I don't know who Andy Frizella is. I don't know who that is. Andrew Tate definitely know his War Room, and I definitely know the Genius Network. Yes. And would I consider joining? So I have already joined groups like that in the past, and this may sound arrogant, and maybe it is. The last 2 I joined really helped me a lot, and I made a lot of money off the advice that I got, including Strategic Coach. And I was in the Strategic Coach where you have to make at least $250,000 or more a year. They wouldn't even let you in. No, actually, I was at the level where you have to make $500,000 or more. There's the different levels. I think it was in the 500,000. Yeah, I was. You have to make $500,000 a year. They won't let you in the program. Worked great. Okay. But eventually I got to the point where I'm like, I was doing it all and I didn't really get anything new out of it. So I'm like, okay, this is good. What I really prefer these days in terms of my evolution right now is one-on-one coaching, like a lot of you. So, and I'm actually working on some stuff over the next 3 months where I will be doing, and I already do this, I will be doing more one-on-one coaching for coaches that I hire, guys who are, insane income levels. I mean, like insane, ridiculous levels. I kind of prefer that right now at this point in my evolution. I'm not saying that's not a good idea. Joe Polish's network is fucking great. Joe Polish Genius Network. Is it Genius? Yeah, Joe Polish is, he's an outgrowth of Dan Kennedy too. He's fantastic. Like Andrew Tate too. So yeah. We're all in different places in life, Have you read or recommend novels of philosopher Ayn Rand, Libertarian and Subjectivism? Yes, I do. Ayn Rand, if you are a libertarian or even lean libertarian-ish, reading Ayn Rand is like reading porn. It's great. Yes. I've written articles about Ayn Rand. I don't agree 100% with everything Ayn Rand has ever said. There's a few things she said that are a little cuckoo, but other than that, yes, I agree 100%. I am not an objectivist, but I'm about 95% there because I do believe in intelligent design. So that makes me a non-objective. But other than that, I'm pretty much an objectivist. I talk about rational reality, objective reality all the time, things like that. So yes, strongly recommend Atlas Shrugged. If you are a libertarian or are curious about libertarian concepts, read Atlas Shrugged. It is like reading porn when you're a libertarian. You want to come reading that goddamn, it's all fantasy. It's all bullshit, but oh my God, it is so fun. Oh my God. I've read it and I've also listened to the audiobook. Amazing. The movies were terrible, but goddamn, they're so good. Yes. My texts have responded and said that the Brave browser will work with MetaMask and it will be just fine. So there's something going on in your end, I believe. They just confirmed it. Yes. Highly recommend Ayn Rand, given the parameters that I don't agree with 100% of what comes out of anyone's mouth, including Ayn Rand. But 90%, yeah. Ayn Rand's the shit. Ayn Rand also had an open marriage. She did. And it was her idea because he was kind of a beta, her husband. So yeah, Nathaniel Brandon, she was hooking up with him. Hilarious. Yep. Is there a live count that shows how many NFTs are still unsold in each category? No. You will be blind in terms of the quantity. I purposely wanted that blind. I believe Gary Vee did the same way, or maybe he didn't. I don't remember. So you will know the price. And when the quantity is Over, when the quantity is exhausted, it'll say not available. So you'll know if it's some available or zero available. So no, you will not know. Part of the auction, part of a blind Dutch auction, I believe is the term. Any new doubts about Southeast Asia since the U.S. is banging war drums with Russia and China, Taiwan? The U.S. is run by a bunch of incompetent pussies. They can bang all the drums they want. Even Trump did go to war against North Korea, right? And he banged some drums. He talked tough. No, I am not concerned about this. I am concerned about Taiwan, and I've said that. I've been on the record about that for 15 years. I would not live in Taiwan because there's too many missiles pointed at Taiwan. The same reason I wouldn't live in South Korea. I would not move to South Korea. You guys got too many missiles pointed in your direction. So Taiwan and South Korea, no. I am concerned about Taiwan. Not super concerned, but I consider Taiwan a risk area. The same reason I wouldn't live in any country I've been saying for many years that borders Russia. Same reason I wouldn't live in Taiwan. Visit Taiwan. Maybe have an economic flag in Taiwan. Maybe, God, maybe not. Taiwan's great, but I wouldn't live there for that reason. But in terms of Southeast Asia, no, I'm not concerned yet. Any more projects and videos coming about Yerevan, Armenia? I shortlisted it as my first flag out of collapsing France. I am headed back to Armenia very shortly. Let's see, June, July, August, probably August. I have to renew my residency out there. And so, yeah, I will be back in Armenia in the summer. We're heading into summer months here in Dubai where it gets awful and terrible and you want to die. So I'm looking for excuses to get the fuck out of here. Which is kind of sad because we're getting a house and everything. So yes, more Armenian stuff coming. Absolutely. Love Armenia to death. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. The women are very hot. Okay, other than that, Armenia is great. Nowhere's perfect, but goddamn. How do we find out which ones have been sold or how many are left? You can't. If you see a price, that means there's still at least one left. That's it. I don't even know how to look that up. Honestly, I don't even know what I would click on to see the number of remaining quantity. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I could. I don't know. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm multitasking with my text. Okay, cool. So I don't even know how to look that up. I can experiment with it. Your quick, honest thoughts on Bedros and Ed Milet. I don't know who these people are, and I apologize. I just have no idea who those are. Everything says not on sale for me right now. Really? Okay, let me check. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh, I see a problem. All right, hang on. You're right. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. God, I love technical processes. You're right. That's off. So hang on. All right. Yeah, you're right. So I just notified my techs, and they're on it right now. So hopefully this will be back up in a few minutes. I apologize. What a pain in the ass. God damn, I knew this would be a pain in the ass. So just hang tight. Be back up in a few minutes. Best country to find your OLTR and get married in with non-anti-masculine divorce court laws. Any non-Western country. That's it. Any non-Western country, for the most part. There are some countries, like Muslim countries, like Indonesia, you might want to avoid for getting legally married. But most Southeast Asian countries, just about every country in South America either doesn't have those laws or don't enforce them. So really, any non-Western country. Can you recommend a TRT company to use? Send me an email, theonlyblackdragon@gmail.com. We will give you some recommendations. With the recent collapse of NFTs, does that change your plans to sell and distribute NFTs long term? You missed the first part of this live stream. No, I'm doubling down on it. Hell no. You haven't had a collapse in NFTs. You've had a collapse in the price of Bitcoin, which pushed everything else down. It'll go back up, and NFTs will still be the standard. When you watch this replay on video, go rewind this and watch the first part. I went into that detail. Did you buy Jamaham's physical hard drives? I'm considered to explode my turnover revenue, but a $5,000 cash commitment ain't cheap. No, I have some of his original thick manuals that you only got through his live events that cost like thousands of dollars. I don't see how I would get much more than that. They're amazing. I got some amazing J. Abraham shit, some of which I inherited. Not inherited. A friend of mine, old guy, one of my clients died, and his wife gave me all this J. Abraham shit. I'm like, oh, sure. She's like, who's just J. Abraham? Oh, can I take that? Sure, here you go. So, plus I bought some stuff. So no interest. How to get residency in Colombia? You got to buy a house. Well, there's two ways. The easiest way is you buy a house. That has to be at least, I want to say, $160,000. Live there for 3 years, and they will give you residency. China hasn't just started banning citizens from leaving. They have for a long time. China's become a nightmare. I'm still waiting on my text. I keep looking over on the screen. That's why I keep looking in this direction. Like, hurry up, guys. Fix this shit. Let me check here. Actually, let me go into my platform and double check that I didn't have the auction last too short. So hang on a moment. You got more questions? Go ahead and type in the chat while I'm doing this, while I multitask. Login. All pictures of Tom Cruise still on my browser. It's hilarious. I'm just as good looking as Tom Cruise. He's an ugly fuck. I'm way better looking than him. Jesus. I have more personality than Tom Cruise. Start sale events. Oh, wow. Okay. I see a problem. I'm going to hit me. I think I can fix it here. Hang on a moment. Hang on. 1 second. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the inconvenience. 1 p.m. May 19th. Apply 60 seconds. Price reduction. Hang on a moment. 0.095. Start event. Okay. I think I just fixed it. Let's see if I fixed it. Why am I on Instagram on this? I got all kinds of tabs up here. Done it for sale. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Let me check something else. Still says not for sale. Hang on. Okay, one more thing. Hang on. I bet we have to reboot our server or something. Hang on a sec. Okay. 18 to 19. Try this one more time, and I'll get back to answer your questions. Again, I apologize. Gotta love new technology, bro. So fun. This NFT thing has been a pain in the ass for the technical side of this. Shit. Okay. Apply. Okay. Start sale. Oops. Something went wrong. End date required. Yeah, there's something wrong. I can't fix it. Hang on. I'm going to tell my text one more thing. Please respond ASAP. All right. Have them on top of it. All right. Back to the questions. I'm very sorry about that. In your opinion, what's the best NFT you have on sale right now? It depends on what you want. If you want coaching, then you want one of the Black Dragons. If you want one-on-one coaching from me, then you want one of the Black Dragons ones. If you want an event, an easy event, a Zoom event, you should get Spider God, because that's a Zoom session I'm just going to do just with Spider God holders. We're going to talk about stuff that I can't talk about publicly. And we do 1 or 2 a year for 3 years. So there's so many options. You got ones where you can have a 5-minute Zoom call with me for really cheap, and you can buy a bunch of those. So it really depends what you want. There's no best or worst. You can come have dinner with me and Pink Firefly. You can come on a yacht with me and Pink Firefly. You can have Pink Firefly, and guys requested this, Pink Firefly to give you relationship advice from the standpoint of a woman in a non-monogamous relationship. It's whatever you want. How many flags do you recommend if you be making around 110, 120K per year without it being too overkill? Grand total, 2 or 3 is all you need, if that. I don't know if this is a podcast topic to be answered live. I'll answer anything. This is open. This is open Q&A for me right now. So you guys can ask me anything you want. I didn't specify that. Sorry. I keep checking my screen over here. Is personal self-development worthwhile? Is actually learning than implementing real actual techniques the way to go? Both. I'm successful because I did both. The problem with personal self-development is you got guys who become addicted to self-development content and they don't actually get off their dumb asses and do anything. And there's a lot of you in my audience who are like that. So that's the problem with it. And I've done a little bit of that in my 20s where I'm like, I've talked about this. I'd read a really great business book or a book on sales or entrepreneurship or something. I go, wow, what a great book. As soon as I was done, and I'd throw the book on my bookshelf and crack open the next book and read the next book. I wouldn't do anything. Stupid. So you need to have self-development with lots and lots and lots of action. Both, not one or the other. I know guys, not very many, because this is rare, but I know guys who are the opposite. They take action, and they don't actually read any books or get any data, and they just have this fucking mess. So that's stupid too, both. Hang on, why am I blurry? I'm blurry because I moved my face close. Come on, webcam. Fucking webcam. Come on, bro. How do I make the webcam not blurry anymore? Hang on. I hate webcams. And you can't actually adjust it. I've tried. It's a mess. Well, Caleb, download this app. No, it's not that simple. I've tried. Trust me. I guess I'm going to be blurry for a while, guys. Sorry. Love technology. Before earlier this year, China did not overtly ban citizens from leaving. Not overtly, but they were. It's China. You just couldn't renew your passport for tourism. No. Seeking recommendations of the top 5 most streamlined proof of income residencies worldwide. Proof of income? Those would be proof of income would be Latin American countries. Net worth would be Central American countries. I can't give you a top 5 list, though. Would you clarify your opposition to the woke left who advocate for better treatment of marginalized groups? Is it that you don't care about those issues or you think they're doing it irrationally? Who advocate for better treatment of marginalized groups? Well, let me think about your question. You have a very good question. Is that you don't care about those issues or you don't think they're doing it you think they're doing it irrationally? They're doing it irrationally. Extremely irrationally. Are you kidding? The woke left hates free speech. That's problem number 1. That was my challenge with the right back in the 80s when the right was in control. I've written articles about this, how nobody likes free speech. Right-wingers hate free speech. Left-wingers hate free speech. And whoever's in control, because I've been through both these now. I've been through a society where the right was in control, the 80s and early 90s. And I've been in a society where the woke, not anymore, when I was in the United States, I'm not anymore, where the woke left was in control and they hate free speech too. And so that's challenge number 1 is the woke people hate free speech. Number 2, they are irrational. You just say certain words and they lose their minds. I'm not talking about the N-word. I'm talking about little words that don't mean anything. And so they put a lot of energy into little things that don't matter. Marginalized groups. Yeah, I do care about that to a degree. My son is black. So yeah, and he's experienced racism in the United States. That's one of the reasons, by the way, he's in Mexico and often spends a lot of time in Thailand because he doesn't get a bunch of racist shit down there that he was getting in the United States. And he lived in the state of Oregon, Portland, Oregon, one of the most left-wing cities in the Western world. And he was still getting some of that shit. Not a lot, but he got some. So yes, I'm all over that. But again, you have to do it rationally, number 1. Number 2, I'm a libertarian. The woke left is against everything a libertarian is for. They want big, giant government. And today's version, the woke left, not the original left wing from 30 years ago, but today's version of the left, they also hate personal freedoms. So back in the olden days, 30 years ago, it was the right who was against personal freedoms, and the left was for personal freedoms. The left was for things like prostitution. Sure, you want to have prostitution, fine. Today's left-wingers, especially women, left-wing women over 30, they hate prostitution in terms of legalizing it. So I could go on and on. I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, ask me a follow-up question. Woke left is a serious problem, but that's the future. And if you want to remain in the Western world, you better get used to woke left, because they're going to get more and more woke and more in power. And I'm still blurry. Don't know how to make myself that blurry. Sorry. Shit. Those auctions still is a problem. Well, we'll get that fixed at some point soon. Let's see. Let's say you want to start a service-based business. What book would you recommend to read for a beginner, not sales or marketing book? The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Hey, Caleb, in the West classes, my plan is to come back and become a warlord. That sounds great. All the women will submit to resources. Is coming back to the West and buying all real estate a good idea? Yeah. You're speculating. That's a risk. I wanted to do that when China experiences their big real estate collapse, which I guess they kind of have now. I think it's going to get worse. I've talked about this. Now, I don't know, in a post-pervasive sickness world, I may not be able to do this. But yeah, I wanted to go to China when they had their big real estate collapse and go to Shanghai and buy everything. So yeah, sure. That's risky though. Risky. And you don't want to be a warlord. Do not initiate violence. Oh, cool. My guys are working on the problem right now. Cool. Let's see. Back when you did day game at malls, did you approach women in pairs or only the ones walking around alone? Most of the hot ones are walking in pairs, but it's a hot one with an ugly friend. Back when I did it, and again, I am not a day game guy. I'm not a day game expert. I did day game for 6 months about 13 years ago. That's what he's talking about. No, I only did lone wolves. Only. And sometimes I would do what they call back in the pickup artist world hired guns, women who worked behind the counter. I've done that, a little bit of that, So I did that too, a little bit. That's harder because they're used to this stuff. No, I did not want to approach sets because that was not my thing. But again, I'm not a day game guy. Go ask a day game guy. Did I get back into focus a little bit? Kind of. Cool. What do you think about Nigeria as a good place to invest in real estate? Yes, but that'd be a very long-term play. You'll be waiting a long time. But yes. Oh, Nigeria, yes. Lagos is going to have 80 million people in our lifetimes living in that city. It's going to be ridiculous. So yeah, sure. What 3 business books are worth reading? Go to my blog. Let's see. You want to go to the Sovereign CEO blog. So you want to go to calebjones.com, click blog, and click on the search thing and type in 17 books you need to read. Why haven't I found you before, Caleb? Because I was hiding. I think at one point you may have said it's okay to buy a gold ETF if it's an ETF that matches the price of gold. That's different than crypto, though. If you want to avoid physical gold and storing it, do you recommend this? Yes, it's fine. It's not as good, but it is fine. Yes. It has to reflect the price of gold and nothing else, not any mining companies. So you have to go into the prospectus and take a good look. And sometimes it's the price of gold plus some mining companies. You don't want any mining companies unless you're speculating. And frankly, if you're speculating, you would never buy a mining company ETF. You would buy individual stock in a mining company. Is drinking from plastic water bottles really that bad for you if the water bottles are BPA free? If so, why? Yes, my understanding is you can still get some bullshit chemicals from them. Not as bad if they're BPA free, but it's still not great. I bet some other people on this live stream could comment about that. So that's why I have this as metal. Is there a way we can pre-order send deposits for dating video courses? dating video courses to ensure you're profitable and prevent losses. You are very sweet, and thank you. What he's referring to is that when I do dating course launches, I make about 1/5 to 1/4 the money I make when I do Sovereign CEO, Five Flags International, or business launches. Is there a way to do that? I mean, I could, but you'd be one of the you'd have to convince several hundred people to do what you're doing. You want to do that? Go ahead. Become an affiliate and go ahead. That's the problem. It's you alone and 3 or 4 guys, 5 guys, 10 guys aren't going to make a difference. You need 100 guys. And then hell yeah, I'll do it all the time. No problem. If you guys have, and now I appreciate the idea. If you guys have any ideas for me on how I can do product launches, course launches on dating products that are profitable for me and worth me doing, because it takes a long time to develop a course, please let me know. I'm happy to listen to that. Until then, I'm going to have to stick with Sovereign CEO courses. Would you invest in real estate or put some investments in Armenia? Depends on where the real estate was. Okay, so I would buy real estate in the United States right now. I don't buy high. I buy low. I buy in Southeast Asia. Armenia, would I invest in Armenia? I mean, lightly. I wouldn't heavily invest in Armenia. That's not a place I would heavily invest. If I'm going to heavily invest, I'm going to Southeast Asia or Colombia, places like that. Maybe even Paraguay, but not necessarily Armenia. I might live in Armenia. When I went Warlord, I meant like Andrew Tate. Oh, okay, so you're cooler than me. You know all the cool terms. I'm too old, dude. The West will be a zoo. All the women's hypergamy will be off the charts, so I'll be able to start harems because I'll have resources. Sure. I understand. Cool. If you want, that's fine. Do you think America will go through the level of civil strife and unrest that South Africa has seen, or do you think it won't get quite as bad as America declines? I don't know. And that is one of the possibilities. I don't know. Probably not, because as I've said many times, Americans are too low testosterone, too high estrogen, too drug addicted, too overweight, too beta male, too pussy, too terrified, and too left wing. And I include Trump supporters, Republicans, right wingers when I say left wing, to actually grab a gun and go shoot somebody. I mean, you guys may have had this experience. You guys who own guns. Go to the United States and most countries are like this, but go to the United States and just in a group of people, like in a living room, pull out a pistol, pull out a gun, and everyone goes, ah! Now, those kind of people are not going to start shooting people and having an armed revolution. It's not going to happen, okay? People think of, the hick who lives in Texas and Tennessee, who works as Fox News. That's not the typical American. The typical American is a beta male whose testosterone is about 300, who either isn't getting laid at all or has a wife or girlfriend who's kicking his ass, who works in a cubicle. That guy's not going to pick up a gun and shoot people. So likely no, but you never know. That is possible. It is a possibility. When I went through my video and article about the 6 variations of what the collapse could look like, that was one of them. But I also said it wasn't as likely for that reason. Right now, the auction is down. My people are working on it right this second. It will be up hopefully in a few minutes. As soon as it's up, I will let you know. So problem is on our end at the moment. My bills are too much for my income, and I don't have much money to invest. What do you think I can get out of this nightmare? What do you think I can do to get out of this nightmare? First, you need to cut your bills. You need to cut your bills. You need to cut. You need to move out if you need to move out. You need to pay, negotiate with your debt holders. You need to get your bills. Sell your car. I went through all this when I was a young man. Cut your bills down to the fucking bone. Number 1, number 2, get a second job so you can get above water. Those 2 things in that order. Cut expenses. Raise income by getting a second job or a gig. Then, when your head is above water, then you make a strategic plan to get out of it. Start your business. Move to a cheaper area. Whatever. You can't do much if your bills exceed your income. You should ignore all my stuff and get your head above water first, then proceed with my stuff. Okay, it's very important. And I sympathize. I used to be poor. I talked about this. I would pay my bills 3-4 months late, my utility bills. There were days I couldn't put gas in my car. It sucked. I hated it. So you'll get out of it. I do fine now. I've been searching high and low, and I'm yet to find an answer on how Jim Rogers really made his income and wealth. Any ideas how he actually made his money? Through shorting in the 1970s. That's how he made his wealth. Shorting stocks. in the 1970s. That's how he did it. Go to the gun range. If 80% of them ran a mile, they would die. That's a really good point. You know what? You're right. Oh my God, that's so funny. All the fat guys at the gun. You're right. That's true. So the few guys who have the balls own a gun are these big fat asses who can't walk up a flight of stairs. Welcome to America. Oh, that's funny. You're right. It's funny because it's true. No, that's pretty funny. I'm fucking hell, man. I'm out of focus again. This is great. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a comedy of errors tonight. My auction is still down. I'm still waiting. One guy's working on it, but another guy is unavailable. Fucking hell. Matter of fact, let me text somebody. Hang on. Oh, good. He's back. I was going to yell at someone. Good. We're good. All right, great. Both guys who I need on it are now on it, so I'm very happy. All right, moving on. A lot of girl questions today, guys. This is Sovereign CEO. Stop asking me girl questions. Just kidding. It's okay. Having adopted the altitude with a non-monogamous lifestyle, how would someone game a previous monogamous girlfriend? Knowing she would never want serious, but you just want her to be an MLTR. Going to an MLTR will be difficult. You just start as an FB, casual. How do you game her? You come back to her as a alpha male 2.0 instead of the beta male that you were, and use all my techniques. And your odds really depend. I can't give you odds because it depends on how much of a beta you were when you were dating her. If you were a cool guy, your odds are good. If you were a total fucking beta or high drama, your odds might be 10, 20%. Since crypto is taking a hit right now, what are your thoughts on putting a bunch of money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, others? Be greedy, others are fruitful. You missed the first part of this live stream. I just sold a bunch of my precious metals to buy crypto. So I just did that myself. So yes, buy crypto right now. Yes, buy low. I disagree about woke left getting more woke and more powerful. Even people on the left are waking up to the woke crowd's BS. See Netflix recently telling their woke employees to knock it off. All right, change the word woke to left wing. The typical American is left wing. Woke is extreme left, okay? So what I meant to say was people will become more left and the left will gain more power. Not necessarily woke people, right? Even left-wingers don't like, some left-wingers, like Bill Maher, don't like woke people. The woke people are the extremists. I'm talking about left wing. The average Republican, conservative Donald Trump supporter thinks universal basic income is a great idea. And universal health care paid by the government is a great idea. So everyone's a left winger now, and people will continue to move to the left, and the left will gain more power. America is a left-wing society, and will continue to be that, and it will grow in that course. Of course, the guy living in Nightmare wants to do 4X, lower your expenses and raise your income, work your ass off, and start looking for easy money. All right, that's his advice to you. I've had the problem you mentioned about not taking action, partly because I'm worried about taking the wrong action. That is the post. You are the poster child for my audience. And losing money. How can we make ourselves take action despite that anxiety? Well, if you have a little money, wait till what I announce on Saturday, where you will join a program where we will show you exactly what to do step by step and then make you do it. So you're actually making money within 12 weeks, starting from zero. Wait till Saturday. Otherwise, if you're not going to do that, you just have to, there's no magic bullet. You just have to grit your teeth and push through it and do it. I'm trying to focus myself again. I'm getting irritated. Okay, there we go. Sometimes there is no technique on that topic. That's important. For starting a business, getting good at your woman life, moving out of the country, and you're scared. What if I make a mistake? What if this? What if that? Sometimes you just have to fucking do it. Grit your teeth and do it. And you'll be scared and you'll be nervous and you'll be terrified and you do it. I remember making cold calls when I started my first company and I hated it. I just made myself do it. There's no magic. There's no book you could buy. How to not be scared when you start making cold calls. How to not be scared when you start hitting on girls using day game the very first day. You just have to do it, right? You got to do it. What are you made of? Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself who you are. Are you a man? Are you a pussy? Are you a beta? What are you? And there's nothing wrong with being a beta. Actually, there's a lot wrong being a beta. But if you decide you want to be a beta, go ahead, be a beta. I'm not saying you in particular. I'm talking about in general. What's the last really good movie that you watched? They've only made one good movie in the past 5 years since I stopped watching movies regularly in 2017, and that was Spider-Man No Way Home. But that's not only that's not the last good movie I've seen. That's the only good movie I've seen in about 5 years. And I'm not joking. And I'm shocked that they were allowed to make that movie the way they made it. I was shocked that they were allowed to make a movie with no woke politics, with no stupid shit that made no sense, with a beginning, a middle, and end, with characters that actually did things that made. I was shocked. I was shocked with that movie. I just saw Doctor Strange. Disappointing. Because I said, well, maybe Doctor Strange will be good because Spider-Man was no. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good at all. I understand to cut my expenses. What I could do, double my income so I can afford to pay my rent and other bills instead of living so low. Right now, you need to get a second job. Because if you start a business, when you start a business, especially for $0, it takes a while for the income to come in. So if you're bleeding cash right now, you can't wait. You need to get a second job right now. I'm sorry, you got to do it. There's no business I can give you where you immediately start. No business I can give you started for $0 where you immediately start making money. The closest thing I can give you is if you start a coaching business and you get on the phone and start making cold calls and start emailing hundreds of people. And that's brutal. And even that's no guarantee. By getting coaching from you early on and following the ultimate open relationship cardinal rules, I have been dating a high-end MLTR for the last 5 years. Cool. How much longer do you think this will last? She's 29 and a half. I would need a lot more data on your relationship. Has it been non-monogamous the entire time? That's great. Have you seen the Northman super-based Viking movie? Suggest you check it out. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. And I probably won't like it. I mean, I'll try it. I don't know. The last movie he did was Lighthouse, which was, I guess, a good movie, but too artsy-fartsy and weird for me, that director. I don't know. Could you or would you set up a Discord? All this could go right and discuss the kind of things you talk about. Go to any YouTube video and look at the description. We already have an Alpha 2.0 Discord all ready for you. Go ahead and join it right now. Make a new tab. Go to YouTube. Click on any one of my videos. Scroll down the description. It's all there. We've had a Discord for ages now. How much is going to cost a movie? How much does a movie cost in Dubai? You know what? I'll be honest with you. It's going to sound like bragging, but it's true. I don't pay attention to those costs anymore. I don't care. I make enough money now. I just don't care. So I couldn't tell you. I'm getting too rich. I'm not rich, but I'm getting to the point where I just don't care how much things cost. So I don't know. I would imagine it's about the same. So like delivery, takeout food here is much cheaper and higher quality. But like my wife's makeup is more expensive, shit like that. So some things are more expensive here. Some things are cheaper. It depends on the item. Maids are really cheap here, but furniture is really expensive here. So it depends what the item is. Caleb, getting personal here. I haven't cried since I lost a sibling till last week when the thought of never settling down. I'll never be monogamous, have kids, get legally married, do 5 flags. You will settle down. You know what I say about this. You will eventually settle down. Most of you on this call will eventually settle down someday in your 40s, 50s, whatever. You will settle down. I don't agree with you. I think you will. I settled down. I still get laid on the side because it's non-monogamous, but I settled down. Hang on, I got to multitask really quick here. I'm going to bug my techs. They're working on it. I want to ask them for a status. So hang on one moment. Keep typing your questions. I'll be back in a moment. I can go for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to have to wrap this up. I got to go put down money on a house, a rental house. I am not buying. I do 5 flags. I do not own assets where I live. Actually, let me check the auction. Maybe the auction's up. Let's see here. Oh, the auction's up. It's up. Okay, the auction is up. They just didn't tell me. Fucking hell, I probably should have looked. The auction's back up, everybody. Yay. Let's make sure it's up. It's up. Woo! Okay, I'm going to ask them what happened. What happened and how can we prevent? I am going to bed. It is 11:20 p.m. here in Dubai. I'm going to bed in about 3 hours. And I don't want this. This is what I'm typing in my staff. Don't want this to occur while I'm asleep. All right, auction's back up, everybody. Auction's back. Cool. Oh, you guys are ahead of me. Cool, awesome. Okay, great. All right, moving on. Have you seen the 1972 blaxploitation movie Hitman? I have not. Main character's a cool, badass alpha type. You should check it out. His clothes and stuff. Dude, blaxploitation movies are the shit. Very alpha male 1.0. They're great. Yeah. Yep. Cool. Phase 4 of the MCU has sucked. Has it sucked. My God. You would think Disney learned a lesson from the Star Wars sequel trilogy. No, because they're left-wingers. They're not going to learn their lesson. But sadly, we live in the consume and get ready for the next era of entertainment. Well, and left-wing politics. And left-wingers aren't going to learn, just like Trump supporters aren't going to learn. If they learned, we wouldn't be in this you Americans living in America, not me, you wouldn't be in this mess today. There you go. Spider-Man No Way Home was surprisingly good, but it's the exception on the rule. By far the exception. Nothing in phase 4 of MCU has been good. None of those shows were good. The first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier was great. That was good. Those actually were great. The rest of the show was terrible. Loki was awful. Hawkeye, I didn't even watch. 2 minutes, ugh. And they just announced She-Hulk, and I was like, that looks like shit. I mean, all these shows have been terrible. WandaVision was okay. Was all right. But all the movies, Black Widow sucked. Shang-Chi was, barely mediocre and kind of stupid at the end. What else? Eternals was okay. Oh, Doctor Strange kind of, was kind of sucked. Goddamn. I like the fact that even if we're not at high levels of income, we can still relate your content and advice. Cool. Will you ever pivot to a more wealthy audience, nomad capitalist type? I will not. I made a conscious decision to not do that. I have thought about that, and I have a completely different business plan in mind, and I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you what the main aspect. One aspect is no. I want to help guys who have some money, not poor guys. I can't help you other than you can buy my cheap books, I guess. Guys with a few $1,000 who want to build a business. That's my business. That's what I want. And there's something else I'm doing with that, but I can't talk about it. So no, I made a purpose decision to not try to be Andrew. I don't want to be Andrew Henderson. I thought about that. I don't want to be that business. I just don't. I'd rather be something else, which I can't tell you. Best country to move for an anarchist. Albania. I want to move to a country that doesn't have many restrictions. The government is small and doesn't bother you. Albania is almost anarchist. Almost. There are some de facto anarchist countries. They're not really anarchist countries, but a lot of, any shithole, you could go to Africa if you're very careful. Some places in Africa, you could just kind of, but that's a little dangerous. So yeah. To your knowledge, what is the biological reason that men get needy and one-itis with a woman if our biological mandate is to spread our seed around and thus be non-monogamous? Good question. Because, I've said this before, human beings are pair bonding creatures, but they are not monogamous creatures. That's what confuses everybody, including like Christians and right-wingers. You are wired to be pair bonded to one woman, but hook up with other chicks on the side. In other words, you are wired at a deep level to do exactly what I'm doing. I am living the lifestyle of what you were wired to do. I am pair bonded to one woman I want to spend the rest of my life with and I love very much. And I hook up with other women on the side with her permission within a system. That's what you're wired to do. That's why guys get one-itis. Guys are pair bonding creatures. and they're non-monogamous creatures. That's why guys get one-itis, and that's why men cheat, right? You have both dynamics. Men get one-itis, men cheat, right? What do women do? Women get one-itis briefly, and then they dump the guy, move on to the next guy. Hypergamy and, serial monogamy and monkey branching, all that bullshit, because that's how they're wired. Okay, there you go. I don't see shit on the auction page. A2heroes.com comes up blank. That makes no sense. Let me look at it really quick. Working fine for me. Let me double check here. Working great for me, and the auction looks great. So I don't know what your browser is. Give me more information about your scenario. What is your device? What is your browser? And what are you seeing exactly? Hello, Guad. Loving regular lives. Keep coming. Well, we got one tomorrow, too. Do another one tomorrow when we end the NFT auction. Guadalajara is awesome. Love it. Remember, Albania is like the Wild West. Kind of is. Albania is kind of crazy. Falcon Winter Soldier was not bad. It sucked. The first episode was good. It didn't suck. It was reasonably bad. Scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 4. Referring to my previous comments sitting down, I meant to say that the thought of never finding a woman who will accept the non-monogamy, child-free, non-legal marriage trifecta 5 flags lifestyle. I found one. How to explain me? I found one. A woman will agree to that except for the childless. That's the tough part. Finding a woman who never wants to have kids, that's a tough one. But everything else is very easy. Non-monogamy, 5 flags, women will agree to that. No problem. It's easy. I suppose a country like Vietnam being communist state doesn't concern you as a flag too much as long as you stick to renting and not buying. Correcto. And it is not a communist state. The same way China is not a communist state. It's not communist. Can you do a live stream or webinar strictly on outcome independence? I'm going to do I can't believe this, bro. That's the next webinar we're doing. The next paid webinar we're doing is outcome independence. And you know who told me to do that? It was my staff. They said, Caleb, you've got to do a thing on outcome independence. We get too many questions about it. I said, good idea. So yes, that is coming very soon. Doctor Strange 2, more like WandaVision Part 2, crazy bitch boogaloo. And Elizabeth Olsen is so cute. She has such a pretty face. Her body's not that great, but her face is so pretty when she smiles because she has those big eyes and that big smile. And matter of fact, I did a blog post, an updated blog post of the top 10 hottest celebrities because I don't like the Hollywood look. But I think she was on it just because her face is so pretty. She's so cute. Wanda's the model of the spoiled solipsistic American women. About to leave Los Angeles for Nevada. Good. You should leave the country, but that's all right. Baby steps. Shame to leave my area of town because I really love the neighborhood because these clown politicians couldn't run a taco stand profitably. Yeah, I know. But here's the problem. Californians voted for those people. The Canadians voted for these people. Most Canadians support what the government is doing there. Most Australians support what the Australian government is doing. Most Russians support what Putin is doing. So the problem is not the politicians. The problem is the people who put them in power. It's called lesser of two evilism. Well, not in Putin's case, but don't get me started on that. How often will new cohorts be able to join the 90-day Biz Builder if we miss the first launch? Did I say that? How do you know the name? Did I mention the name? Did I blurt that out? I don't know. That's a good question. Caleb, what's the meaning by right and left wingers? I hear you say it. I just don't understand. Right wing and left wing politics. Left wingers would be Democrat type people. Right wingers would be Republican type people. Left wingers are the woke people who are really hypersensitive about protecting the races, and they love the welfare spending, and they hate free speech. And the right wingers are more the Christian gun-toting Fox News types, both of whom are for big government, both of whom have completely lost their minds. The left has always been insane, at least to some degree. The right went insane about 15 years ago. So they both lost their minds. That's one of the primary reasons America's in a state of collapse. Desktop, web, Chrome, and Brave. See, the website, fine, but no mint button. There is no mint button. There is a buy button. So you go to Explore Heroes, and you go look at a particular NFT, and down the lower right, it'll say, wish I could take a screenshot. Current price, right below the picture on the left, buy now. I'm looking right at it. I just refresh it. Looks great. Let me look at a few more here. In case it's, yeah, I'm looking at Pink Firefly Gold right there, right below Pink Firefly. Time remaining 6 seconds, because every 6 seconds it drops in price. Shows the current price, and there's a buy now button. If you don't see that, you have to connect your MetaMask wallet. MetaMask, which has to be installed into your Chrome or Brave browser. It says connect with MetaMask. You click connect with MetaMask. The page refreshes, and then you can click buy now. You must connect your MetaMask wallet. There is no mint button. There is a buy button. That's it. At what income level do you need to be at in order for it to make sense to renounce your American citizenship? That depends on you. Certainly past $108,000 a year. So you can get away with, if you make under $108,000 a year, you can be an American, move out of the country, and if you fall FEIE, you can get pretty much all your taxes deducted, and you won't pay any tax. If you may well pass $108,000 a year, like me, and it bothers you to pay those taxes and file those forms because it bothers me, then you should look at it. Do I drink coffee? No, I do not do any drugs. I do not smoke anything, and I have never been drunk in my entire life. Coffee is a drug. I don't do drugs. So the answer is no. And I've advised that for years since I came out with the Unchained Man back in 2014. Don't drink coffee. Coffee is full of caffeine. Caffeine is a performance-enhancing drug. It is an addictive drug. It is not good for you. I've been saying that for years and years. And then finally, like last year, Alex Becker came out with a video and said, I stopped drinking coffee for 30 days and I feel great. And all of a sudden, all these people in my audience said, hey, Caleb, did you hear that Alex Becker stopped drinking coffee? Been saying that for 10 plus years. Yes, don't do drugs. I'm a libertarian. All drugs should be legal, but don't do them. Let morons do them. But why are men supposed to pair bond, but women don't, at least not long term? It's confusing. Men aren't supposed to pair bond. I said that's what you're wired to do. You do whatever the fuck you want. So there's no supposed to. You don't have to ever pair bond. I think you should, because I think most men want to. Eventually, well past age 35. I always get these guys, I don't want to pair bond, and he's 32. I said 35 plus. So you're going to want to pair bond. Women don't. Women like to pair bond, but then they will get bored and leave, which is why you need to follow Alpha 2.0 relationship models. If you move in with a woman, there should be an enforceable cohabitation agreement if you're the Western world, and or if you get legally married, and you shouldn't, but if you get legally married in the Western world, there should be an enforceable, which is rare to find in the Western world these days, prenuptial agreement, or else don't do it, or else go to some other country where they don't enforce that stuff. If Pink Firefly left me tomorrow, she would not get a single penny of money, unless I chose to give her some because she was nice. She would not get a fucking, more so now that we don't live in the United States anymore, and all my stuff's offshore. But even before that, and she knows it. I answer that question. The answer is, I don't know. You better do the first launch. Launch will last about 2 weeks, I think. Do you believe the UAE Qatar is a good place to be in the coming economic bust? Yes, I do. That's why I'm here. Apologies for the double post question on the Saturday launch. No problem. Check now. Hang on. I'm working with my text here. I'm going to have to go in a few minutes, bros. I got to close in this house. Hang on a second. Caleb, I mentioned that Vietnam and China aren't actually communist states. How would you characterize them? Marxist, socialist? I would characterize them as authoritarian. They are quasi-capitalist authoritarian oligarchies. Now, China is rapidly moving from an oligarchy to a dictatorship, and I don't understand why. So first of all, I've been confused by China. China is an authoritarian oligarchy, and for some reason, I don't understand. If there was a China expert, maybe he could explain it to me. It's becoming a dictatorship, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. So it's moving in that direction. President Xi is becoming a legit dictator. The stuff he's pulling in Shanghai just doesn't make any sense. So Hang on. Hang on. All right. It says discover more, no price. MetaMask is connected. I'll just check later on. No, it's live now, dude. Discover more, no price. You're looking up high. You got to look down. Down to the left. Below the picture on the left. You'll see my picture and you'll see the video, and below the picture is the price. Or it'll say connect MetaMask. MetaMask is connected. Let me double check mine. Yeah, it says current price. I'm not sure. Maybe clear your cache and start fresh. No one else is reporting a problem so far. Matter of fact, let me check my email to make sure that we're not getting emails. I just did a little bit ago here. Make sure we're not getting guys emailing in with questions or problems. No, that's good. No, that's good. No, we're all good. Okay. Yeah, no one else is reporting a problem. Hey, Caleb, any update on the updated version of Unchained Man and associated course? I had to delay that because of my move to Dubai. I didn't want to delay, but I have to. So that is going to be later in this year, hopefully. Always remember classes lead to ass and not the other way around. What? I think I get it. We're supposed to marry and be good little boys according to current gynocentric order. Correct. Consider making more travel-related videos. I am. That is a very common request. I have been very bad at that. Now that I'm in Dubai, you're going to get a lot more of those. Like the one about Hot Just a Backpack and got back for a trip. I did that hoping to travel with even less. I just got the best backpack in the fucking world. It's called a Tortuga. Oh my God. I'll do a whole video on it. Amazing. I'm in heaven. I love this fucking thing. I'm going to do a whole video on it. Very excited. The Shanghai stuff is being done to punish them for being uppity of the chain of command. Well, it's not just the Shanghai shit. It's a lot of stuff that Xi has pulled. That's just the latest stupid thing that Xi has done. That's not the only thing. But again, to punish them being uppity of the chain of command, that's dictatorship crap. That's not intelligent oligarchy crap. Up until about 3 years ago, China was the most intelligent authoritarian oligarchy in the world and probably in the last 100 years. And all of a sudden, pre-pervasive sickness, they just did this 180 and said, yes, Xi, do whatever you want, even though it doesn't make any sense. And we're losing trillions of dollars. I don't get it. I understand. 2 or 3 more questions and I have to wrap this up. Why don't you need a prenup if you move in with a woman and get married to a woman in the East? Because they don't have communal property laws in many of those countries. They may have child support laws that they don't enforce, but they don't have communal property laws or alimony laws. Because lockdown measures in Shanghai were implemented mainly because they want smooth running of the 2003 CCP Congress. It's a big fucking... Again, this still doesn't make sense to me. That's not... You're just saying what the irrational reasons are. Losing trillion... Not one car was sold in all of Shanghai. So, I mean, it's just the economic news coming out of Shanghai is insanity. Love the Ray Dalio video on the rise and fall of empires. Love it. Great. Glad you liked it. I love that. Ray Dalio is a fucking genius. I will do 3 more questions and I got to roll and I will come back. We'll do another live stream tomorrow I will give you the time here. We're doing this at 11:15 a.m. EST. It'll be right back here when the auction is about to end. So I'll do 3 more questions if you guys have it. Otherwise, I'll wrap this up. Going once, going twice. There's often a buffer delay. I'll wait a sec. Sometimes people have typed their questions. I don't see them yet. I'll wait a few more seconds. Then I got to bounce. You have 24 hours or less to get your NFTs. This is the cheapest way to get access to me and access to private events. This is the cheapest way to do it. Every other way to get access to personal coaching or the services of the NFTs or the events are going to be a lot more expensive if you don't get these NFTs. And you're investing in an NFT, and you're investing somewhat in a roundabout way in Ethereum, which is low right now, which is the best time to buy Ethereum. I just did it. Would be curious about some videos talk about your typical workflow, tools, hardware, software you're using to stay productive. Okay, that's a good idea. All right, done. That's a good idea. Matter of fact, I think I have one planned, actually. Yeah, no, great idea. I'll do it. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I will see you guys tomorrow, whoever wants to join the live stream. If you're watching the recording on this, the NFT auction at a2heroes.com ends at 1 p.m. EST on May 19th. You have until that long to get your NFTs. You need MetaMask. You need Ethereum in the MetaMask. If you have trouble, send us an email at theonlyblackdragon@gmail.com. But make sure you try all the basic things. Connect your MetaMask, refresh your browser, do all the basics first. Cool. And if you're on a device, a mobile device, you need to use the MetaMask browser inside MetaMask to access a2heroes.com to get the buy now buttons. Cool. All right. Love you guys. I will see you very soon. Have fun.